D11 Sports presents St. Luke's Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
From historic Martz Hall in Pottsville, Pennsylvania, we have the semifinals for the Schuylkill League here tonight, where the top-seeded Blue Mountain Eagles, winners a year ago, will take on the North Schuylkill Spartans in a rematch of what was the finals in 2023. We'll have the action of the semifinals here tonight, as well as the other semifinal game coming up a little bit later on, with all the action for you here on D11sports.com. Welcome courtside, Matt Province and the governess, as I like to call her, Kareen Fritz. And Kareen knows everybody here. She knows basketball inside and out. And you know the Schuylkill League. This is interesting because Blue Mountain had such a big season, and North Schuylkill trying to finally get back to a title. This game provides a real interesting contrast to styles.
It does, and they're very familiar with each other, obviously playing during the regular season in Division I, North and Blue Mountain winning both of those games, but North Schuylkill's playing very good basketball. They're coming off a really big semifinal win the other night. I'm looking forward to and very anxious to see this matchup. You know, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season, and that's what we're looking at for tonight, if that's a possibility.
Yeah, last year was just immense. I mean, it was an epic final, won 57-54 by Blue Mountain. And during the season, Blue Mountain won 71-63 in January. So a fairly close game. Back in December, it was a little bigger of a victory, 80-66, and has won 3 straight. Last time North Schuylkill won in this head-to-head matchup was back on January 20th of 2023. So it should be exciting, but one thing, I know we're going to talk about it a little bit when we get to the starting lineups, but Isaac Thomas is not playing for Blue Mountain. He's ill. He's day-to-day. That is a huge absence. He's a huge player for them.
Yeah, not only offensively, defensively, you know, blocking shots, making things happen, getting out running on the fast break. He's desperately going to be an important player to fill in for him is going to be Merrick Brayford, from what we understand. Now we're going to see what happens here when they come out to start the game.
And you said it best to me earlier. You're missing 20 points per game, 10, nearly 11 rebounds a game, and some serious rim protection with a guy as experienced and as tall at 6'5" as Isaac Thomas. So that is a storyline to watch. And I'll tell you what, we're going to get a little bit more from that because we are blessed here to have our main man roaming the sidelines. That is Luke Stefanisco, who's part of the D11 Sports internship program. And Luke is going to have some information for us, and he is set to go. So Luke, take it away.
I'm D11 Sports student reporter Luke Stefanisco here with the pregame report. Tonight's matchup features a rematch of 2 last year's Schuylkill League championship teams. Both teams have endured a long season, and it's taken a physical toll. The Blue Mountain Eagles will be without star forward Isaac Thomas, who is both the team's leading scorer and rebounder. Tonight, they will need to look to junior Merrick Brayford to pick up the slack and go into the rotation for Isaac. The Spartans, however, Zane Zlukowski, one of the team's star seniors, appeared banged up in this game against Schuylkill Haven. Tonight, they will need Jack Kiter, who has been absent for both games against Blue Mountain and has struggled in both games, to pick up the slack.
Semifinals and finals, and he's part of what is an awesome opportunity for students in our area. And so we want to thank D11sports.com and the internship program, which gives Luke and other students the opportunity to get close to the action and announce the games at their high schools. If you are a student from any District 11 school and are interested in broadcast journalism or photography, contact your athletic director, or you can reach out to Al or Dave at D11sports.com. You know, the other thing, too, Kareen, to look at it, and I guess when you're already at this point of the season and you're in the semifinals, you have to be peaking at the right time. You know, Blue Mountain's had the great year, 13-1. Their only loss coming at Pottsville in conference play. They have won 6 straight. But North Schuylkill, which finished 3rd in Division I, has won 4 of 5 and 7 of 9, and they would have won 5 in a row had it not been for the amazing double overtime loss against Pottsville. I think you know a little bit about that game. That was a good one.
It was a one for the memory books, and I said to the athletic director here, Eric Reesmiller, if that's an indication of how the end of the season is going to go leading into the Schuylkill League playoffs, we're in for a wild ride.
And we very well should be. It'll get exciting, too, later on after this game, Game 2. Mahanoy area will take on Pottsville. I'm sure they'll have a nice crowd. Technically the away team right in that game, but they'll be playing here at home and with a probably, I would imagine, a capacity crowd as we saw a year ago. So that will be the nightcap of our boys semifinal doubleheader here from Martz Hall. This is what it's all about, right? Like, you've worked real hard to get to this point, and now the cream's going to rise to the surface, and it's going to be whoever steps up at the right time, and both teams have the experience to do that.
Yeah, and that's one thing. The experience is unbelievable on both sides, and not only that, you have Dustin Wirt in his 21st year of coaching, unbelievable record, a program. I was lucky enough our boys played for Coach Wirt and had some exciting times and a lot of wins and a lot of good memories over the years. And now you have Will Bracey, he's into his 4th year, and he's doing great things with North Schuylkill as well.
Yeah, I mentioned that because last year we saw Matthew play in that finals game, which was just an amazing, intense game. Right now we have to step aside. We're going to have the Nash back. We'll have our keys to the game. We'll have the starting lineups and all of your semifinal Schuylkill League action as you're watching D11Sports.com's Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
When neck or back pain makes life feel like this, or this, think St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine. Our approach to treating back and neck pain will get you on a course to healing. Most back and neck pain can be resolved through physical therapy, and when it can't, St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine offers a full spectrum of specialty services. So when back or neck pain makes life feel like this, think St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine. We've got your back, and neck, and spine.
Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games, take concussion seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts.
It's here! For real! It's St. Luke's Children's Hospital, ready to help all kids. They're keeping kids healthy, fixing us up, making us feel better, helping kids be the best they can be, because it's about us. The kids! It's St. Luke's Children's Hospital!
St. Luke's Children's Hospital is helping kids with everything, from routine checkups to specialized care.
It's here! It's great! Yeah!
St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy, now more than ever.
A look inside Martz Hall, getting set for Game 1 of the boys semifinal action here in the Schuylkill League postseason. Exciting playoff tournament upcoming for us. Matt Providence and Kareen Fritz with you here on D11Sports.com. And Kareen, while we get a chance, we should take a look at the keys to the game, get a look at what we're looking at here tonight. If someone's just joining us, maybe watching these two teams for the first time, we'll start with the quote-unquote visiting team in North Schuylkill.
Yeah, North Schuylkill, keys to the game. I think Coach Bracey's really emphasizing mental awareness throughout the game, knowing times, situations, and also making Mead, in this case, Thomas not playing, making Mead take tough shots and maybe even preventing him from even touching the ball. He can't score if he doesn't have the ball. So, we have to see the defense there. And then as for Blue Mountain, the 1-2 combo of Kiter and Zolkowski, they're unbelievable on the court, and they just can score very easily at times, and you just have to make sure that they match their physicality and control their emotions, because there's a lot on the line, and North Schuylkill remembers that game from last year, and with it being Blue Mountain, they want to make it to the finals for sure.
Yeah, and for those two guys, you're looking at a couple of seniors who've had great careers looking for that opportunity. This is their last chance to win this league, something that hasn't been done but 5 times in school history. Of course, those keys to the game were brought to you by St. Luke's Sports Medicine, the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. All right, they are announcing the starting lineups here. They just got through with North Schuylkill. We'll pop them on the screen here and get a look at what we see. And, Kareen, you talked a lot about Kiter and Zolkowski, but they have some serious polish, guys who have been around in these big games before this North Schuylkill.
Yeah, and you will probably recognize the name Joey Flail, fabulous football player, going to East Stroudsburg, I believe, for football. And Jude Mazakis has a long ball he can shoot from, as well as Luke Miller. They're very, very complete, balanced team as well, with their obviously leading scorers, 2,000-point scorers this season, Jack Kiter and Zane Zolkowski.
Keep in mind, too, the 2 sophomores in that starting lineup combined to play 19 minutes in the championship game a year ago against Blue Mountain. So, again, they do have experience. Meanwhile, Blue Mountain, we talked about the big news of Thomas not being able to play today, but still plenty of other guys who have been experienced, including Aiden Grace, who was terrific a year ago in that game. And you've talked a little bit about Tyre Mead, who is the guy that North Schuylkill wants to make uncomfortable in the offensive end.
Yeah, they really do have to contain him and make sure they know where he's at at all times. Because he'll pull up, he'll cross, and he'll shoot it right from that tee. Promise you.
All right, so we are set for jump ball. Blue Mountain wearing the home white ensemble, and North Schuylkill is in red. Tip is controlled by North Schuylkill, so the Spartans have it first, as they're trying to avenge that loss in the championship game to Blue Mountain a year ago. All right, immediately down low, it's intercepted. Great anticipation by the senior Tyler Miller, who gets the theft, his 31st of the year. So a good start defensively for the Eagles. Mead with the dump, and on the other end, it was partially blocked. It was Kiter who got it, but then the putback is up and in. So a good job staying with the play, and the first 2 points of the game belong to Bradford.
Yeah, Brayford.
Brayford,
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. Merrick stepping up, just as they would need him to do in replace of Isaac Thomas tonight.
Brayford goes 5'10", so that's half a foot shorter than Thomas, who he's starting for, and then that shot was greatly interfered with. Good defense again. Now the triple from downtown. Bang! It finds the bottom of the net. It's Aiden Grace, and it's quickly 5-0.
He loves Martzall, I'll tell you that much. That kid, he has an eye for that three-point shot on this floor.
We've seen 2 possessions, and the good defense has led to good offense. And there it is again, more good defense. However, ball is loose, a scrum. Ultimately, Flail comes away with it. Here's a triple from the corner and a foul. So Kiter, in the act of shooting in the corner, is fouled by Mead. He'll go to the line for 3.
Yeah, you see this scrum in the middle. It was loose ball, and they kicked the ball to the corner. Kiter and Mead, just his momentum takes him and knocks him to the ground, and that's an easy call for the official.
Now, it would seem to me he'd shoot 3. Again, it was in the corner. I can't quite see clear to the corner, but it seemed like...
I think he had already landed, and the contact was after, so
okay.
Take it out underneath.
Either way, kind of nice for the Spartans to slow it down for a minute and then knock it down. That's Mazakis, who came in having connected on 24 previous 3-point field goals. They slow it down, kind of regroup after the quick 5-0 deficit, and it works out. Good skip pass by Kiter, and Mazakis, 31% 3-point field goal shooter, makes good.
Blue Mountain using some good patience here.
A long triple as well off the mark. And that one from way downtown. So Grace 1 of 2 from deep, and the Spartans get a stop defensively. And you wonder how that'll affect the game, because normally you can look down low. You can look into the post and get a target the way Thomas towers over the defense without having that presence. A lot of the stuff might be window dressing from outside the perimeter.
Yeah, absolutely. You have no inside-out game.
Kiter inside, goes up over Mead, who played good defense. Kiter fighting to get another opportunity, but eventually Blue Mountain comes away with it. It was Brayford now in transition. It is Grace, and he'll regroup on offense. Mead, their leading scorer, comes in averaging 14 per game.
There's an interesting matchup on Mead, as you mentioned, with Joey Flail.
Mead at 6 feet even, Flail same height. And the foul was on Miller.
His first.
Okay. So each team's a foul here early. Mead will try from straight on, a little too strong, and the rebound corralled by Kiter. Kiter averages 4.5 rebounds a game. To the corner for a triple, that's off the mark. But they'll get another opportunity after Flail's misfire. And the Spartans trying to either tie or maybe get their first lead early on here in the first quarter. That early punch by the Spartans. And the one-hander, great touch. That is Zolkowski, who averages 19.2 points per game.
Yeah, that was too easy. They just let that ball come directly in for a nice little layup underneath.
Zolkowski in the 2 meetings against Blue Mountain had 2 20-point games, 24 in the first meeting, 21 in the second. Also averaged 4.5 assists in those pair of games. Great all-around player at this level. So 5-0 run. And all of a sudden, the Spartans, after that sluggish start, have been able to batten down the hatches on defense. And we'll get our first sub as Braden McGee checks in for Brayford. McGee has gotten a lot of time off the bench, averaging double figures in minutes. So part of this rotation for 21st year head coach Dustin Wirt. By the way, a win tonight would get him to 350. Nice little milestone.
That's a big milestone.
A lot of years, right?
Yep.
Kiter hassled, throws up the one-hander. Look at the touch. Oh boy, Kiter showing some explosion and touch all in one play.
And that was very well defended too. A little bit of contact, but not enough to blow the whistle.
Strong to be able to finish through contact like Kiter is, a 6'1", well-built guard. More contact, the one-hander will not count. Offensive foul. Grace kind of pushed off there, and it takes away the field goal and gives him his first foul of the afternoon.
Yeah, he comes off that pick and roll, does that spin dribble. Kind of makes a little bit of contact. That's a 50-50 call against Blue Mountain. A little bit of contact.
Miller out. In comes Tyrone Chambers, who played in one of the 2 games and scored 7 points in 13 minutes on January 25th. So Chambers getting some run early on. Spartans on a 7-0 run. Zolkowski to the deck is held, upended, and that will be another foul here on Blue Mountain. And that is on McGee, his first, team's third. Halfway through the first quarter, Blue Mountain started with 5 straight points. Spartans on a roll right now.
Well, that's a tough matchup right there. Kiter and Mead going at each other.
Look at
nice
that
shot.
touch. I don't see a ton of Jack Kiter, but every time I do, I love watching him play. He and Zolkowski, a 1-2 punch that is as formidable scoring as you'll find in this area. Nice move, a one-hander off the window by Grace. That stops what was a 9-0 run for North Schuylkill. And he's got 5 of the 7 Blue Mountain points early on. Flail out, here's a triple, bullseye! Mazakis knocks it down. His second triple, he's 2 for 2, timeout.
Yeah, this is just good sharing of the ball. Joey Flail kicking that out for a nice 3-point shot, and that's a mainstay for him. He's always in that corner. And that net is going to do that all night.
Well said. That's okay if you're Will Bracey. You're okay with that.
Yeah, no. They blow it dead, and they got to fix the net, slow the game down. Yeah, it's a momentum.
Here's a triple off the mark. Tough rebound inside. Miller on the offensive glass has the putback. Tyler Miller's first field goal. Great effort there by Miller, who's a senior.
Yeah, Miller does a lot of the little things. He doesn't always come in scoring a lot, but he definitely has some rebounding capabilities and very athletic. He's quarterback on the football team.
Kiter the miss. Heim, who came in last break, it wasn't a timeout, just a substitution, got fouled. Foul is on Marcinski. Or Marcinowski, I'm sorry, Marcinowski. First foul on Marcinowski, who had snuck in, didn't realize he was in. More substituting. Fernando Rivera, a senior, also now checks in for the Spartans. My guess, too, is going to Tyrone Chambers gives the Spartans some extra height. He is listed 6'4", and he's the tallest guy on the court right now.
And that kid, he's a real good high jumper, too, in track, so he can get off his feet. He's there for rebounding.
Mead, three-pointer, no. Another offensive rebound, no. A third crack, a scoop, and a finish. How about that? Tyler Miller showing some athleticism. He's got 4.
And that's what he does. He'll clean up around the basket. If there's a loose ball, he's most likely going to be around it.
You don't make up the rebounding loss of Isaac Thomas with one player, right?
No.
So the Eagles hounding the glass on the offensive end. 1-point game. Nice back and forth action. Rivera, nothing doing. Now Zolkowski bullies through the lane, withers through and one. A windmill finish and a chance at a 3-point play. Boy, he's tough.
He is. He really is. He comes off that little screen. He gets by his defender slightly and is able to wrap it around and up and in.
I mean, I know it's just another bad example, right? But you have the red lane. He parted the red lane. I mean, the red sea. I mean, he just went right through. And he's got 5 now. First free throw for either team, and the lead extends to 4. That's the largest it has been. Mead, nifty dribbling through the middle, gets fouled. So Mead on his way to the rack picks up contact and a foul on Baldwin.
That was on Kiter. That's his first. Mead at the foul line. 87% foul shooter on the season.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I marked it on the wrong side, so give that foul, as you mentioned, properly to Kiter. So a couple of makes. Mead scores his first points from the line. He'll step out, get a respite. Back in is Merrick Brayford, the junior, who figures to pick up a whole lot of minutes here tonight. 2-point game. 6 points leads the way from Mazakis. Now a drive by Kiter, switches hands and one. It was Zolkowski a moment ago. Now his counterpart has a chance at a 3-point play, and this kid can finish.
Yeah, he gets a step on Merrick Brayford here as he gets there. He gets a step, and that defense rotating over is late.
If he doesn't switch hands, he's caught too far into the baseline.
Yeah.
Had to go back to the right. Terrific move. He's got 6. That one no good. But the lead is back to 4. Entertaining first half so far in our first semifinal of the Schuylkill League playoffs. Grace on the move. He floats it up and
nice
in.
Floater in the lane there.
So Grace now, Green, he's got 7. His touch has been magnificent.
And confident, too. He's going down through that lane, and that's a nice move. Nice shot.
Kiter, he's confident. A little too strong. Himes come in, and I say this. They needed some height. He is 6'4", and he has done yeoman's work on the glass defensive side early on.
And Kiter just picked up his second foul.
Yeah, that one I'm sure that Will Bracey doesn't necessarily want to see.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't pull him out. He's on defense. There was a time that, on the break in the action there, he could have pulled him out.
So faith in his senior to stay out of any further trouble.
He knows him better than anybody. He can trust him.
Aiden Grace is playing with that spunk you talked about earlier. Probing, knowing when to drive and when to pull up. Right now, 18 seconds. It appears as though the Spartans, or the Eagles rather, are going to hold for a final shot here in the first quarter. Clock down to 7. Grace getting cut off by Kiter.
Defended very well.
And now here is a long triple. No, nothing there for Brayford. And a rebound by Tyrone Chambers will bring us to the end of quarter number 1. It started good for the reigning champs, Blue Mountain, a 5-0 lead. Then the Spartans got hot. And after one here from Martz Hall, 17-15 North Schuylkill, as you're watching the D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy, now more than ever.
When neck or back pain makes life feel like this, or this, think St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine. Our approach to treating back and neck pain will get you on a course to healing. Most back and neck pain can be resolved through physical therapy, and when it can't, St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine offers a full spectrum of specialty services. So when back or neck pain makes life feel like this, think St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine. We've got you.
From Martz Hall, semifinal game number 1 here in the boys' Schuylkill playoffs. So far, so good, a 2-point lead for the guest, if you will, the lower seed, the Spartans. Mead, nothing but net. First field goal for Mead, he's got 4, and we're back even. Yeah, I just feel like this game is going to be played within a couple of possessions max the entire way. I just feel that way. Here's another triple. Flail, it rattles home. Joey Flail, his first points of the night come on a triple. And the lead back to 3. Flail had made 8 3-pointers during the year. Not necessarily a huge part of his game, but has the ability. Mead will step back. He'll try to match it. In and out. Unkind rim, but another offensive rebound. So great work done by Miller. Mead works in. Contact, no foul. A hard closeout, so the readjust, that's no good. And eventually Zolkowski had it. And the scrum, it comes away to Miller. Risky pass, but he gets it into the front court. And a timeout called for by Will Bracey as things got a little helter-skelter there for the Spartans a moment ago.
There's Joey Flail with it was a slow closeout. He caught it clean. Anytime you catch a ball clean like that in the corner, as a coach, you have no problem with a kid shooting the ball in those situations.
Yeah, good look for a kid that has been a big player. In fact, in the matchup here against Blue Mountain on January 25th, he wound up with 11 rebounds. So it's not just his scoring. He has the ability as a guy that averages 5.5 rebounds a game, active on defense with his 25 thefts, better than 1 a game. Good all-around player. And as you said, an athlete. Out of the timeout, Kiter, Miller. Flail stays out there. Mazakis, who's got a couple triples already. And Zane Zolkowski, who right now has 5 points. Oh, a giveaway given back, and Kiter able to finish. A break there for the Spartans.
Oh, that's an unfortunate turnover. They play good defense and then hand it right back.
Looked like the Spartans wanted a kickball on the initial pass. Didn't get it, but got it back, and Kiter, a game high 8 points.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional. He didn't intentionally. It was more or less the passer hit it off the defender's leg, so that's not a violation. So I think that was a good no call.
You know, this is what Fox Sports need to analyze. Having the color broadcaster who can also be the official in the booth. Here's a 3-pointer. It's true. It's Tyler Miller. From the corner, Miller has a team-high 7 now. He's tied with Aiden Grace. Zolkowski shifts directions into the lane. Great move, couldn't finish, and up for the rebound goes Brayford. And again, a lot of different rebounders for the Eagles who are playing without their leading rebounder, Thomas.
Yeah, everybody's pitching in. Everybody's doing a nice job. They're sharing the ball.
Brayford kicks it out. Here's a 3-ball splash. That is Fiesel, who came in averaging 8.3 per game. It was his first attempt. He is a 44% three-point marksman during the year.
6'3" and shoots the three ball like nobody else. Yeah, it's a real nice touch.
A lot of weapons on both rosters. Speaking of weapons, it's Kiter again. Tough shot. Great weak side help on the defense side for Blue Mountain. Now a three ball in and out. Boy, tough rim there for Mazakis, who is looking for his third triple.
They're all pretty good looks, though.
Just
They're
in and
good
out, right?
looks. Yeah.
Widen up the rim, the can about another eighth of an inch, and this game is much higher scoring.
Nice
Nice
pass.
dump. Oh, a little too strong there on the attempt by Miller.
Yeah, that was a great pass. Great pass. I don't think he realized how open he was when he went up for it. He was expecting some contact
Well,
there.
he's playing at 100 miles per hour. Right?
Yeah.
The whole game he's been really a dynamo of energy, which for the most part has been a good thing. There, maybe dial it down a little bit. Went high off that window. Blue Mountain back in front. They've trailed the bulk of the game after that early 5-0 lead. Another opportunity. Mazakis a little short, and a one-handed rebound by Meade. It was contested, and now the Eagles have numbers. Running down 4-on-3. Didn't materialize, so they'll hold it up. It's Grace. Tough shot, no. Another offensive rebound. The putback, no. And up high goes the 6'4" Chambers to clear the rebound. And on both sides, how many shots have just rimmed out?
Yeah. And Tyler Miller is just so active on the boards right now.
What's that energy we're talking? He's playing at just a high level. Baldwin back in. Miller will get a respite.
A well-deserved rest.
Marcinowski back in as well. Played a little bit earlier. He comes in and joins the Spartans attack. Gives Zolkowski the rare breather. Got a technical on that too.
This is going to be a foul on Merrick Brayford. And a technical on Marcinowski, I believe. Yeah.
And that's his second foul. The initial foul was on Brayford, which is his first foul.
Yeah, and that's something else, the emotions of the game. This is very competitive. Third time seeing each other. And the competitiveness takes over, and sometimes there's inappropriate comments made that you're hoping that the officials don't hear. But in a game at this level, sportsmanship obviously is enforced. It's one of the points of emphasis in all high school athletics.
See, who needs Mike Pereira or Dean Blandino when you've got Kareem Fritz? Meade, 3 for 3 from the line, was selected to take the technical. He's now got 5 points. Good stroke. You said it earlier, 87%.
Yeah.
It's a big number.
Yeah. And an important number, especially at the end of the game when, depending on how this is going to all play out, if you have to foul somebody, you want him going to the line for you if you're Blue Mountain.
And he's such a good penetrator with the basketball in his hands, so he picks up a lot of fouls, goes to the line a lot. Double dribble there. Aiden Grace called for the turnover, and the Spartans will get it back.
Yeah, good defensive pressure by the Spartans on that possession.
3-point lead for Blue Mountain. Spartans' biggest lead today was 5. Miller, nothing doing. Good job on defense. That drive cut off by Baldwin. Kiter is drawing a double team for the time being. He'll drive and kick. Unselfish play, waiting for the right shot. Kiter will take it off the baseline, no. Another rebound for Baldwin, but again, kind of an unforced turnover, and the Eagles have done this a couple of times here early on in the second quarter.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Ward's not happy about that. They got game possession, do great defense, do exactly what they need to do, and then they're in a rush to get out of there. Let's take a minute.
You have a lead. It's early. That allows Zolkowski to come back off the bench. So the leading scorer will try a 3-ball. No, short. Good hustle by both teams on the floor. Marcinowski, but it is off the Spartans, and a good stop defensively for Blue Mountain again.
Yeah, Blue Mountain doing a nice job of using their bench, trying to keep their guys fresh in and out.
This is a team that has won 6 in a row. The only loss, as we talked about, came against Pottsville. The only loss in conference play. They lost to Northampton back on January 20th, the last time that they didn't come away from a game with a victory. Grace averages 8.7 per game. So far, he's got 7, off to a great start. And you gotta like the length that Tyrone Chambers gives Will Bracey off the bench. Tough to shoot over him.
Yeah, and that sophomore, Max Heim, comes in at 6'4", so that's a pretty even matchup.
Tough shot. Another offensive rebound. And that is out of bounds off Blue Mountain. That's about the 6th offensive rebound for Blue Mountain. Max Heim has worked the glass on both ends, had it there, but couldn't secure it. He's wondering why he didn't get caught. Trying to plead his case, thought he was whacked and hacked underneath the glass. Here's a good matchup. Kiter draws Mead this time. Slings down low, beautiful feed, and then from behind, a block but with contact.
Yeah, that's a great look by Kiter. He comes off that screen and he slips it. They switch it. Well, they wanted to switch it, but they didn't do a good job of switching it. He kind of slipped it and was able to get a real nice look down low for Chambers.
It looked like Heim got all ball up top, but there was contact down below. Chambers misfires on his first. Braden McGee back in, giving a breather to Brayford. So those two guys really exchanging for one another, picking up some minutes with Isaac Thomas out. It's the first point of the game for Chambers. McGee is senior. Over to the corner for a 3-ball, knocked down. Max Heim, the big man.
We got a lot of different kids stepping up in the absence of Isaac Thomas right now.
4 different Blue Eagles, Kareen, have hit 3-pointers, including the 2 tallest ones in Heim at 6'4", and Fiesel at 6'3".
How about that, yeah.
How the game has changed,
Yeah,
right?
how about it?
Zolkowski, another strong move with an equally strong finish. Such great body control for the 6'1" senior who's got 7. Mead will step out and launch. Nothing.
Lots of substitutions this game.
Flail in and Mazakis back in. Fernando Rivera also back out on the floor. So like you said, keeping things rotating with Kiter and Zolkowski kind of staying out there for the bulk of it. Each had about maybe a minute's rest, if that. And here is Zolkowski. Good matchup with Miller. Down to Kiter. Good idea, but good anticipation on defense. It stays with the Spartans. Last time they were down here, nifty inbounds play led to points.
You know, see if they run the same. No.
Up top, it's intercepted. Perhaps that was the way to go. Mead had 40 steals coming into today's game. And Heim down low has been a factor, but again, he may have picked up a foul. He did. So a couple of quick fouls on Heim. Block down.
I only saw one up here, too.
I have it as a secondary. He nearly had a steal. Something he has done 3 times this season. Now the Spartans being very patient here before half. 3-point possession could send us to halftime tie.
Good patience, good discipline right here.
Mead was ready to jump and go coast to coast had Zolkowski gone back to Kiter. That was the initial plan. Mead made them go to plan B. Down to 9. Kiter to his left. Mead staying with them. Kiter to the baseline, fouled with 3.7 to go. And up until that point, Mead had played excellent defense.
Yeah, North Schuylkill showing good patience here. And Kiter, as it's counting down, 6 seconds, driving strong to the basket. And indeed, a good strong foul there.
Second foul on Mead. Keep an eye on that number. Kiter gets the roll. 1 of 2 from the line. He's got 9. First to double figures tonight.
And that's a big foul, the third on Mead.
And they have played such good defense for an extended period of time. Rivera hounding the ball, trying to prevent a shot, which he does successfully.
Oh
but it was
my,
after the
Aiden
buzzer.
Grace.
Amazing Grace, but the buzzer had expired.
Oh my goodness.
He
Where do you see this?
Just flipped it up.
Takes a step and launches it, then lefty. Fires it, it goes in.
My.
Unbelievable. Clearly after,
Like Roberto
after the
Clemente
horn.
from
Clearly.
right field to home plate.
That
My
kid's
goodness.
unbelievable.
And he'll get an
Oh,
applause
yeah,
anyway.
I'll tell you what, the crowd, there's people standing and giving him a standing ovation for that.
You know, maybe not give him all 3 points, but maybe he deserves a point for that. That was unbelievable. It will not count. So Blue Mountain is going to go into the halftime break with a 1-point lead, and we've got head coach Dustin Wirt, who's alongside our sidelines guy Luke Stefanisco. Take it away.
I'm Luke Stefanisco here with head coach Dustin Wirt, the Blue Mountain Eagles. Coach, up 1 at the half in a winner-go-home situation. How have you felt about your team's bench contribution due to losing Isaac Thomas needing to go deep into the bench tonight?
I love our bench. You know, I think our bench is second to none, and we have the utmost faith in everybody on this team, and it's just the next man up mentality.
Thanks. Back to you guys.
Good question by Luke. I was wondering where he was going to go with it, but yeah, the bench has played a big role. The rotation, the deep rotation, a big reason why this team leads. And if you want to get into sports broadcasting, journalism, or photography like Luke and other District 11 students, check out d11sports.com and the student internship program. You get close to the action and get valuable experience. We promised a pretty good game in this rivalry that we've seen over the last couple of years, and you can't really argue with the quality of the first half.
No, both benches, and especially in the absence of Isaac Thomas, Blue Mountain had to figure something out quick. And I'll tell you what, the kids that are stepping up tonight, you know, we have Tyler Miller rebounding, Fiesel coming in, hitting 3, Kiter and Zolkowski, as advertised.
Yeah.
They know how to put the ball in the basket. And then Jude Matzakis
was getting feisty not only on the hardwood but also in the stands. So I'm really excited to see an exciting finish. I think this one's going to be a tremendous. We're a locally owned and operated company, presently serving most of Pennsylvania as well as superior customer service. Let M2 Security start protecting you today. All right, we're going to step aside here from Martz Hall, game 1 of our boys semifinal on d11sports.com.
Concussions are serious. 3 million concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games.
Children's Hospital, ready to help all kids. They're keeping kids healthy, fixing us up, making us feel better, helping kids be the best they can be, because it's about us.
Routine checkups to specialized care.
It's here! It's great! Yeah!
St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our than ever.
Matt Province, Kareen Fritz, our producer Kevin Connolly, award-winning producer, if you will, doing great work as per usual, and the fourth member of our crew, Lee DiStefano, here on D11Sports.com, as presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. They are the region's largest sports medicine provider. They cover more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. All right, Cree, we have a lot to break down right now. She's giving Aiden Grace a little bit of encouragement. You know, she's trying to get him going here. He had a really good start to the game and then hit the most ridiculous shot ever. It's like the tree that fell in the forest, but nobody was there to hear if it made a sound, right? He made the shot that got everybody oohing and eyeing, but it didn't count.
Yeah. It was still one heck of a shot.
It really was. So let's take a look at the standings in the Schuylkill League, and we're seeing the team that was co-champion of a Division I, Blue Mountain Eagles. And I know, Kareen, you know this conference like the back of your hand. You kind of walk us through what the standings look like finishing up league play.
Yeah, so Blue Mountain and Pottsville both ended up 13-1. However, they go by district rankings and power points there. Schuylkill Haven had a really great season at 10-3. And then Monterey, perfect 13-0. Where do you see this team? I don't know if you had an opportunity to see this team in the second game, but they are something. Very well coached, and they are fun to watch. And then Nativity Boys also came in late into the end of the season. They made the playoffs as well. They had some kids hurt earlier in the season, and they started coming around. They're going to make some noise, I anticipate, deep into districts.
Well, if you go back to what Pottsville had to do to get here, they defeated Nativity 61-55, and it was tied at the half. Yep. So, to your point, it was a pretty close game.
It was a good game.
They broke away in the third quarter with a 22-point quarter. Becker had 19, Alvarez 16. Trey Keating, just a sophomore. You talk about young talent, 27.
Whoa, he's fun to watch. I'll tell you what, I've never seen a pure shooter and just has a knack with the ball. A lot of good players in this league. Boys on the girls' side as well as the boys' side. We're lucky to have such a beautiful facility to play these games in. So well lit, awesome arena. I mean, historical, but the sight lines are great. Seats wrapping around, arena style. This is a great place to call a game. You know, the first time we call games here, way up there. No, on the floor is the place to be. And the defense there, well, that was Jude Mazakis who was in the place to be. For a 3 from Zolkowski, bullseye. Quick start. Caught it in rhythm, right up and in. Down low with contact, puts it up, no good, but a foul. Yeah, that foul's going to be on Tyler Miller. Here's Tyler Miller playing good defense, then gave him a little bump on that shot. Good presence of mind by Zolkowski to go up, knowing that he has that contact. That's a game-high 11, make it 12. He's 3 for 3 from the line. And out of the half, it has been Double Z. ZZ trying to put them on top, if you will. Boo. Girls do go crazy about a sharp shooting man. All right, that's it. No more, I promise. 4-point lead, so the Spartans 5 straight right out of the gates. Meade will try and answer. A turnaround is down. Beautiful shot. Yeah, he has an ability to elevate and get that jump shot right at the top of his jump. Very silky, too, off the bounce, right? As a sophomore, you talk about the young talent in this league. 2 more years of this kid. Average 14 this season. Pass, a little errant, and another theft, second of the game for Meade. It's funny, anytime a team has a chance to go ahead by more than 3 possessions is when the other team has a spark lit. This time Meade from way downtown. An offensive rebound, but then thrown away, and Mazakis is there to pull it away. Wild shot, no. Kiter stays with it, but he was out of bounds. So Blue Mountain gets the stop. Kiter, the reigning Republican Herald Athlete of the Week, 32 points. I know you were just oohing and eyeing about it before the broadcast. We know what he can do, and he comes in riding a hot wave. Average 14 a game against Blue Mountain. Oh, a rejection
Flail returns it to sender, but the Eagles come away with it. Mead sidesteps the defense and lays it in.
There's a lot of good stuff going on that possession.
Really.
Offensively and defensively.
And, Zolkowski came out of halftime on a mission, but so has Tyre Mead. Man possessed on the offensive side has tied it up. Now Zolkowski, it won't count. He traveled on a step back.
So here's that possession. Here's Mead going to the basket. Nice left-handed finish.
And it was, like you said, he was going right, had to kind of cock back to the left. It was his only chance to finish, and he did so gracefully. 44% field goal shooter during the year. Very good-looking player. Tied up, 5:28 to go. The winner to play in the championship game Friday against the winner of our game 2. A long shot. It was a three-point shot. Looked like he was close to the line. No good. Kiter the rebound, and Kiter wants to go. Mead helped to cut him off, so the turnaround is up and in. Beautiful touch by Jack Kiter. Kiter now 12. Zolkowski has 13, so 25 of the 34 points for North Schuylkill and a 1-point lead. Or 2-point lead, I beg your pardon. Legal screen called, yep. Tyler Miller, his second.
It's interesting hearing the coaches. They obviously have each other well scouted this season for the third time.
On the drive with a head of steam goes Miller. Picked up his dribble and continued to slide. He's called for the turnover. Schuylkill's had a chance to build a little bit early on in the first half, had a lead up to 5, but a couple of turnovers now. That's the guy I think right now they want to get it to. Mead, hot out of the gates. Nice move, baseline, the reverse is up and in. Beautiful touch by Fiesel. He showed you his range, now he shows you his finish.
I wasn't sure he was going to be able to finish that. he got up, though. He got up through there.
Oh, look at that. Give and go, and streaking through comes Kiter on the assist by Flail. 14 for Kiter, pacing the way now. He and Zolkowski go back and forth as it leads 2 again.
Oh, Joey Flail is all over Mead. Like, he can't get the ball. Great defensive matchup there.
They have not allowed Grace to penetrate as he did back in the first quarter. Here's a 3-ball. Fiesel, bang! This kid showing range again, his second triple today. Talked about his 44% three-point field goal percentage. That wasn't, in 12, 15, 16 attempts. He's made 37 three-point field goals now here in his senior year.
Yeah, that's not by mistake. He likes to shoot that ball. Yeah. And it was a great touch.
And it's good because he did it after the hard closeout in the baseline drive, showing him he can also drive the ball. Flail from the corner, bullseye. We're heating up.
Yeah, we are.
Back to 2, another lead change. Had about a half dozen of those here through 2.5 quarters. Brayford, and it's out of bounds, a turnover. Good job by Flail. A moment ago hit a triple and didn't relinquish on the defensive end. And it's those things by a guy like Joey Flail, a senior who's got thick numbers, maybe not in points per game, but does a lot of other things well.
And defense. And he's defended Mead on the other end of the court as well.
Reminds me of a kid I saw last year on the stage, that Matthew Caulfield and his suffocating defense. Oh my! And it's going all Spartans' way on those rolls. This time Flail. Back-to-back triples for the senior, and the lead is back to a game-high 5. Blue Mountains had an answer for every punch by the Spartans today, and then a tripping foul there. Upended is Grace. Let's get a look.
Yeah, that's rattled in and around, and down it goes.
Mazakis out. The 6'4" senior Tyrone Chambers played very well off the bench in the first half. And for Flail, playing that good defense, that's only his first foul today. Oh, Grace. I thought he'd go straight up with it.
Yeah. He had that. Cutter cut him off pretty nice, though. Forcing him to pick up that dribble.
So the Spartan defense up a notch here in the third quarter.
Very much so. Very much so.
Here's a three ball. Zakowski, no, but an offensive rebound.
Chambers.
Big job by Chambers, another crack at it. So Flail will drive. Chambers will try from downtown, no. Flail, an offensive rebound. And then a rejection. Mead with the defensive stalwart play. Sets up a three ball, bullseye! Brayford, and any shooter that seems to get an opening has been able to connect here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's all started by defense by Mead here, and they kick the ball up, and Merritt gets his feet set.
He looked up like, are you serious? Like, there's no one in front? I mean, he had time to sit there and get his clutches on the ball, square up, and everything. And for Brayford, what a time for his first field goal of the second half. He had a 2-point shot earlier. His first triple, had 16 of those during the year, and he was a very good three-point shooter, 41%.
Yeah. I tell you what, Coach Work has to be very excited about how his team's playing in the absence of Isaac Thomas. You got kids stepping up, playing with confidence. We got ourselves a 2-point game.
Every time a team has had a chance to go ahead, there's been an answer. This time it's by Blue Mountain. Mead with the rejection. You know, as a team, we talk about all these good three-point shooters. They shoot it at 36% as a team. It's a good number.
Yeah, it is.
By contrast, their opponents have averaged under 30%. Minute and a half to go. Back in running point for a moment is Marcinowski. He and Zolkowski simultaneously in the backcourt. Kiter getting a respite. No, there he is. He's back in the corner. I thought he came off. He's not going to come off the rest of the game unless there's a foul trouble situation.
Foul trouble. Yep.
It's the only way Kiter's coming out. Another offensive rebound, but the foul is called on Chambers for the push from behind. First foul on Chambers. Spartans picking up some full court pressure here.
It caught him off guard a little bit, I think. I think now Blue Mountain's going to adjust, get in their press break.
Dustin Word, who's 2 hours left, barking out to his team. Some instruction here as they get it across the timeline with a chance to tie or go back ahead with a three-point possession. Grace had 8 first quarter points. Make that 7, hasn't scored since. Done a good job stopping his drive. So Mead,
Ooh, nice pass.
Beautiful look down low and a quick release. Heim has been sensational. That's 5 points now, but he's also had about 5 rebounds.
Yeah. That's a very unselfish play by Mead. He saw him at the last second and was able to zip that ball right down in underneath.
And if Heim takes just a nanosecond longer, he's got one of 2 guys who's going to block the shot.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
Got rid of it in a hurry.
Well done.
Nearly a turnover. 30 seconds in the half. Zolkowski wants it. Good job cutting it off. That was Tyler Miller. And a traveling violation. And the Spartans turn it over. Blue Mountain now with 20 seconds, a chance to hold for maybe a shot and a lead after 3. Martz Hall has filled up, Green.
Yes, it has.
So Grace teed up here by Marcinowski. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Grace goes into the lane, puts up the shot, no good. An offensive rebound and 1! Tyler Miller, this time they beat the buzzer, and a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, Aiden Grace here trying to make something, tossing it up, and Max Heim got a hand on it too first, and then Tyler Miller, just like he's been doing all game, there to clean it up.
has Blue Mountain attacked the offensive glass, especially in the absence of their leading rebounder, Thomas. Miller can't finish, but his 8th and 9th points have put Blue Mountain back in front through 3 quarters of play. Final 8 minutes, barring overtime, don't rule it out. And through 3 here in game 1 of our Schuylkill League playoffs as we bring to you on D11sports.com, 44-42 in favor of the Eagles. We'll be right back here to Marks Hall on D11sports.com.
St. Luke's is ready for you. We're working tirelessly to make sure our hospitals and facilities are as safe as ever. We're all masking for you, and we provide masks to our patients and guests. We're ready for you, screening all patients for symptoms before appointments and offering virtual registration and check-in. We're limiting the number of people in our waiting areas and repeatedly disinfecting waiting and exam rooms. St. Luke's is ready for you so you can stay healthy, now more than ever.
All right, 3 quarters in the books. One team will go and advance to the finals on Friday. And the game brought to you by our good friends at DM2 Security, which is locally owned and operated, presently serving most of Pennsylvania. They provide all phases of security services for your home and business. They offer free estimates and have very competitive pricing and superior customer service. Let DM2 Security start protecting you today. Check them out online, dm2security.com. It's a small price to pay for your peace of mind. Kareen, I don't know what's going to be peace of mind for either coach. Probably very little over the next 8 minutes of play. And who the foul was on? There's a third foul on somebody. I didn't hear who they called it on.
Merrick Brayford.
Brayford, okay, so Brayford's got
Brayford's
3.
there.
Down low, Flail on a terrific dish. Flail has come to life, 8 of his 11 points here in the second half. We're tied back up 44-44. Here's Mead, no. Nearly another offensive rebound, but back to make the play comes Zane Zolkowski. Zolkowski spinning in the lane. Zolkowski off the backboard, cans it home.
Beautiful little spin move coming down in the paint. They got to pick him up higher and slow him down, because once he gets ahead of steam.
15 for Zolkowski, leading all scorers. Grace thought about it, decides to hold for a better shot. He did a good job not letting Mead get loose like he did early on in the quarter. Flail's been on him, gets back, so they go to the corner, and Brayford, bullseye! Brayford stepping up big, his second triple of half number 2, he's got 8. And Blue Mountain back in front.
Nice sharing of the ball right here, penetration, kick, catch, and shoot. Bam.
So one thing I've noticed about the offense for Blue Mountain, they've been patient. They've had some opportunities to hoist some shots up, but instead, Kareem, they've opted to go down low for shorter shots.
Good team basketball, and that's what's going to have to play good team basketball right now to win this game.
And again, Zolkowski on the move, uses his physical strength to bury another shot.
He's
is a strong player.
Strong with the ball. Yeah. Do contact, anything. He finishes well around the rim.
And he's agile, so it's like you don't expect him to be so strong because he's whittling his way through the defense, but then when contact comes, he's able to go through it. Another triple attempt off the mark this time. Fiesel has 2 triples today. That one wouldn't go. Here's a 3-ball attempt. That's no good. That was by Mazakis, who had a couple of early triples and nothing since. Now that pace we had early third quarter just couldn't sustain. We're back and forth with triples as Mead spinning is called for the traveling violation. And what you said earlier, they've got to pick up Zolkowski sooner.
Yeah.
He gets ahead of steam going. You can see
Lights
Miller fighting through a screen to get to him. Flail no. And then Grace back for the rebound. Miller got the start, only a sophomore, D'ing up point right now. And the Spartans man-to-man defense, 5 minutes to go.
Well, that's a nice play. Nice low curl.
Oh, what a touch.
They trailed them off that screen. They had a curl right to the basket. That was nice. Nice offense right there.
I feel like on the other side, it's Mead that you can't let get ahead of steam, right? He gets going. He moves at a different pace. Kiter, a step back. No. Another opportunity for the Spartans in this tight game. Kiter for a lead. Tough scoop. Mead was playing great defense, but look at Kiter. He stays with it, Kareen.
Yeah, he has a real good nose for the ball.
16 for Kiter. He and Zolkowski have combined for 33 points. It's been a little more balanced on the Blue Mountain side, but this guy's gotten hot. Oh, behind the back. So acrobatic, and then the finish. Miller puts it in, but boy, did Mead make that play.
Yeah, that's a highlight tape right there. It's the same play they ran the possession before.
Blue Mountain back in front, another 1 point lead, and that one just a sloppy pass. Mead gets the theft. So a big stop, now Blue Mountain a chance to go up multiple possessions. Their biggest lead was 5-0 out of the gates. Mead and one!
Wow.
Oh my, Tyre Mead taking over for Blue Mountain.
This little pick and roll action. He gets a step by. Good attack to the basket. Up and in for a add to it. Foul shot.
Second foul for Flail. Back in comes Tyrone Chambers. And Mead's 4 for 4 from the line for 4 of his 14 points. 8 of those coming here in the second half, and we'll have a timeout, Blue Mountain. 3:39 to go, a chance to go up by 4. And Mead certainly is a guy that, maybe not as big a role last year, but when you talk about guys who step up, this is a team that lost 8 seniors. This sophomore is fitting right in.
Yeah, he definitely is. And he didn't even play for Blue Mountain last year. He transferred in the end of the school year last year, I believe, and has really made an immediate impact. You lose the Brogan Campbell kid, Kerstetter. We lost a lot of points, this Blue Mountain team, last year coming into this. So, you just look at this team, and they are stepping up, and they're getting points from all over the place, and obviously led by Tyre tonight, that Mead kid.
Yeah, and you look, I mentioned it earlier, the balance in scoring. It makes them kind of a team that can burn you inside and out. You're not just looking at 2 guys to shut down. They've seen 3 balls go in from Fiesel, who's got a couple. Max Heim, another big man, knock one down. Merrick Brayford has 8 points, 6 of those coming from beyond the perimeter to go along with me, to go along with the fast start from Miller and Aiden Grace. I mean, there's points all over to be had for Blue Mountain, and it makes them very tough to defend.
Yeah, I really like that timeout. It's 3:39 to go. Give your kids a little bit of rest. Give them a breather. You want to keep these 5 players on the floor. There's our 87% foul shooter.
5 for 5 tonight, no big deal. 15 points now for Mead, who leads Blue Mountain. Big possession, so Kiter will shoot from the corner. In and out, no good. Huge rebound, pulled down by Miller.
It's a well-designed play for that shot, but they defended it well and were able to keep it one and done.
It's a big possession for the Spartans defense. Eagles score here, then they can really start taking some air out of the basketball.
Easier said than done.
Mead into the lane, tough shot, no way! How'd he do it? Mead like Superman.
Well, we're gonna see how he did it right here in about 2 seconds. So he did, at that screen and roll action again, he just gets that little penetration, that step, and his uncanny ability.
I mean, there are scoops, right? Tom Carvel, Ben and Jerry. That scoop takes them all. You kidding me?
Wow.
Holy Toledo, this guy can ball. And he's perfect from the line. 8 fourth-quarter points for Mead, the largest lead for either team today at 7. Zolkowski needs a bucket. No. Flail, an offensive rebound, but threw it away. And now, patience.
Yeah, 2:40 to go. You don't really need to score. If you have the ball, they can't score. That's the recipe for a win right there.
Meade has had the hot hand. Patiently waiting as they come up. That's Mazekis guarding the ball a little closer now.
Yeah, don't pick up your dribble. There we go. Get a little helter-skelter here. You might see a timeout from Coach Wirt. Well, they're doubling. They're looking to double.
Good job there by Miller to avoid the double. Then down low, Meade. He kicks it out. Here's Brayford. Got it again. No, that's Grace. Aiden Grace.
Aiden Grace.
Hadn't scored since the first quarter. Knocks down a huge triple, and the Eagles go up by 10.
I think Coach Bracey might have nightmares about this kid for years to come. Aiden Grace, nice catch and shoot.
Wow.
I'm glad.
Student section
Blue
chanting
Mountain fans
Aiden Grace.
They're happy it went in, but if it doesn't go in and if Schuylkill comes down and scores, there's a lot of things that can happen here. It was a full timeout. Coach Wirt here, talking to his players what they want to do here with 1:58 to go. 10-point lead.
Grace has 10. They have 11 from Miller. They have 18 from Meade. Those guys have done a lot of the yeoman's effort on the offensive side. North Schuylkill has not had a basket from Kiter in a while. He's had 2 here in the fourth quarter. But they have got to get him going now, and they've got to get a lot of points and a little bit of time with 1:58 to go. Are you at the point, if you are North Schuylkill, that you really want a 3-point in this possession, Coach?
What? Because they're good 3-point shooters, I think you just take the best that you got, or at least attack the basket. Zolkowski has that first step to the basket that he bustles through. You got to score, and you got to score quick, however they're going to come.
The Blue Mountains played great defense in the second half. The thing that they've been susceptible to has been that drive from Zolkowski. Here's Kiter, knocks it down. Had to have it.
Yep.
19 for Kiter. Back to a 7-point game.
North Schuylkill's not going to go away. Now defensively, they're going to look to double here.
Meade double dribbled. Traveling violation. Big stop for the Spartans. Still alive.
I think Coach Wirt was looking for a foul on that, but Karen Pammer, veteran official, sends it back to North Schuylkill.
Kiter hit from there a moment ago. We'll try it again. No. Offensive rebound. And Chambers, instead of going back up with it, went for the 3 ball and passed it right into the hands of the Blue Mountain Eagles.
That's only a team's third.
Who's down to? We can't really see because the scorer's table. That is Aiden Grace is down. Looking at his left leg, hopefully just a cramp. That's what you hope for here.
Right, yeah, it was up right in front of North Schuylkill's bench. Obviously, we don't have a real good luck at that.
Looking at his ankle here. Grace I don't think he's come out of this second half.
No, he's a primary ball handler. Looks like he's going to walk it off.
Runs gingerly back to the huddle and trying to work that thing off. And as the primary ball handler at a time where you need to handle the ball, that becomes a big loss. Braden McGee checks back in here for Blue Mountain to give him another guy that can handle the rock. Brayford's had a really nice game, and there they do indeed get it to McGee. That was on Miller, his second.
And here comes Aiden Grace back into the ballgame.
I don't think he's 100%, but I don't think that ankle sprain is going to keep him from continuing
not
this
only
game.
that, too, at this point in the game, he's a very good foul shooter. So you want him on the floor.
Missed the team foul 5, so 2 shots.
And, once you hit that 5 fouls, then you start going to the line.
And, Brayford hasn't been to the line a lot, but he's 9 of 10. So we know about Meade. You know about Grace. A lot of guys who can shoot the free throw on this team. Cool and collected. 7th point of the half for Merrick Brayford. One more will put him in double figures, which would give the Eagles 4 with 10 or more. Nothing to it, right? He's played a great game. Inside of a minute, desperation time for the Spartans, down 9. Kiter lost the handle, but maybe because of a reaching call. They're going to get Fiesel.
I think that's a good call. And it's only Blue Mountain's second team foul.
Zukowski called for the offensive foul on the drive.
I'm going to watch this. Yeah, he might have pushed off with that left arm extended out.
First foul for Zolkowski. And now Flail, yep, his third. Oh, just 2.
Yeah. Now, discussing earlier, this is where if you have a good foul shooting team, this could really open up when you're getting an automatic 2 shots.
Yep. I'm never quick to adapt to rule change. Yep.
Do you want to put an Aiden Grace shots?
Yep.
Do you want to put an Aiden Grace on the line for 2 shots?
And he just canned 2 of them. He was a 74% shooter. That off the mark by Kiter, and with 34 seconds to go, that just about might seal the fate for North Schuylkill, which was trying to win a Schuylkill League title for the first time since 2009. Miller fouled.
And Tyler Miller shooting 56% on the season. So again, here you have 2 guaranteed shots. Makes 1 out of 2.
$12 in the game for Miller. He and Grace have 12. Meade leads the way. 8 fourth quarter points, has 18. Man, they just can free throws. 13-point game. Nothing doing for Zolkowski. Had a good idea because down low by himself, Luke Miller, as he was triple team with Zolkowski, but 2 not on the same page. And now Grace with the bulky ankle will check out probably for good and try to get himself right for Friday. They'll need him.
Yeah, they're already putting ice on that ankle right now.
Spartans content, will not foul it out. And so in 7 seconds, the Eagles will do it again. It was a tight game going into the 4th quarter, but for the 2nd consecutive year, North Schuylkill knocked out by Blue Mountain. And more importantly for the Eagles, they've punched their ticket to try to defend their 2023 Schuylkill League title. Final score in game 1, Blue Mountain 66, North Schuylkill 53. And Kareen, I know we're going to hear from Luke and winning coach Dustin Wirt, but that was a great 4th quarter effort to pull together and take hold of this game.
Yeah, and foul shooting as well throughout the entire game. They made up points there. They made points up from different players stepping up without Thomas, hitting some critical foul shots throughout the entire game. They made up those 20 points.
You sure did. North Schuylkill have been, tight all throughout. They were down a point at half, down a couple points at the end of the 3rd quarter, and then Blue Mountain pulled away. And we're going to try to get Coach Wirt on with us in just a minute. But we will have game 2 coming up here not too long from now, and Mahanoy area takes on Pottsville. Should be a great crowd for the nightcap. But Blue Mountain has a chance to get back to the finals. Remember, they've won 6 Schuylkill League titles. Last year, snapped the string, then once in 2017. And prior to their win in 2003, they had gone 28 years without a league championship. That changed. Now trying to get their 5th in this millennium. And I don't think we're going to get Dustin Wirt, but instead it looks like Luke DiStefano has used some creativity. Or Stefanisco has used some creativity, and he has. So without any further ado, we have Tyler Miller along with our own Luke Stefanisco down in the corner of the court.
Stefanisco here with Tyler Miller, our D11 Sports Player of the Game. Tyler, you had a great game offensively, but also defensively with a couple of clutch steals late in the game to help seal the win. How does it feel to contribute on both ends?
I mean, it feels really great. With a great player being out, I know how to step up as a teammate, as a player, and I just had to go out there and grind.
Headed back to the Schuylkill League Championship for the second year in the row. What's the team's mentality heading back to the championship yet again?
We were there before. We're going to do the exact same thing. We were there last year, so we just got to play hard and do what we did.
Congratulations. Good luck. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Luke. And Tyler Miller finished with 13 points here tonight. Terrific game all around. They did a great job on the glass without having Isaac Thomas. I thought it was great that that's one of the first things he mentioned. We were without a very key player, but we just picked it up and we grinded. I like the answer.
Yeah, well, that's Tyler Miller. He's one of those blue-collar type of players that you'd love to have on your team, and does all the little things that are going to win big games like this and get you in a championship.
Awesome. So he does a great job. We talked about Meade. He led the way in scoring, 8 points in the fourth quarter, 18 in all. Balanced attack, a lot of double-figure scorers. And as a result, win number 21, 7th in a row for Blue Mountain, which has a ton of momentum heading into the championship game on Friday. And to speak a little bit more towards what his team's been able to accomplish, again, let's send it over to
Stefanisco back here again with Coach Dustin Wirt, the Blue Mountain Eagles. Coach, headed back to a second straight Schuylkill League championship. You had to go deep into the bench tonight. How did they perform in the second half?
Our kids played hard all night. Rebounded very well, considering our leading rebounder wasn't in the game, and 50-50 balls, that was one of our keys tonight. I thought we did a wonderful job getting on the floor and getting after it tonight.
All right, thank you, Luke. And of course, Luke is part of the D11sports.com internship program for students, photography, any of the above. Make sure you get involved. Contact your athletic director. Well, I'd say final thoughts, Crean, on this first game, a team that is battle-tested.
350 wins. That's pretty impressive. Very impressive. And, it was a great game to be a part of. That to Kiter, Zolkowski, the players that came in, Mazegas, Marcinowski, they battled hard.
I'm not a math guy per se, but I'm looking at you and hearing you and everything. It's more impressive or just as impressive as 350 wins? With only 174 losses, he's now gone over where he's winning 2 games to every 1 loss in 21 years of coaching high school basketball.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is impressive. And that's just the consistency of the program. It's a great junior high program, and the feeder, the little kids coming on up through, there's an enthusiasm and a sense of pride. And it's across the board, but when you have a consistent coach that's been there for 20 years, you don't see that happening much anymore. Those 21 years, there's a lot of different things going on in today's society that pushes good people out of coaching.
A lot of sleepless nights,
yes.
That's for sure.
Yes, but yeah, hats off. And North Schuylkill, their season's not over. They can look forward to districts, and I have a feeling that they might see Blue Mountain again sometime.
Very, very possible, and maybe not. This year, this time next year, we might be calling the same matchup. Well. We're going to put a wrap on this one, and we'll be coming back very shortly with Pottsville and Mahanoy area. Do want to thank everybody on our team. Our producer, Kevin Connolly, as always, doing an excellent job. Our student reporter, Luke Stefanisco. We heard from him several times early on. We'll hear from him again for Game 2. And, of course, for the governors herself, Kareen Fritz, I'm Matt Providence saying so long and farewell from Martz Hall for the time being, where Blue Mountain has punched its ticket to try and defend its Schuylkill League title.